Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. What's good? What's good? What's good? Woof. So I'm sitting back and I'm doing, my normal daily research. And I come across a few things and I'm kind of like, that's very interesting. Oh, that's interesting too. And a few things that I find to be interesting, are around not just crypto, but other economic impacts that can affect our bags, right? One such, fact came out to me, kind of stuck out to me today, was I started thinking about AI and its effect in India. And then I came across an article, and I had been thinking about this for a while. And then I came across an article that says an Ernst & Young India report estimates that AI adoption will reshape the job market, impacting 38 million jobs. 38 million jobs, with productivity growth and skill shortages influencing the future workforce. And I'm sitting back and I'm just saying, you know why there are shortages? Because all the other countries around the world seem to be outsourcing to India. So if India is upskilling, don't you think the rest of the world should be upskilling? You know what I mean? And it's not just the companies that you should be thinking about. People should be thinking about upskilling. That's going to keep you, out there with an ability to earn. There are a lot of things going on that people should really contemplate. It's not up to a company to, get you education. A lot of companies out there offer these things. There are companies out there that offer courses from LinkedIn and all these other places. But this has a global impact. Imagine a country like India and AI having that kind of an impact. That's a lot of people getting upskilled. That's also the potential of a lot of people being out of work because of that upskilling. I think that we're in an age right now where we're going to have to pay attention to not just the technological advancements, of AI, but who's using it, who's learning on it, who's, actually leveraging it, and not just AI by itself, but AI, the infrastructure to support it, any kind of automation tools that complement it, so on and so on and so on. That's more than a big deal. And I got off on a tangent last night talking about it because I don't think people understand, that you have to have assets in order to invest. And if you're not getting those assets, you're not going to be able to invest. And I'm not saying that you have to be an entrepreneur. I'm saying that if you go the route of I'm going to go get a job, going to get a job, you can still be an investor. You can become a big time investor if you have the right job and you do the right investments. I know people that, they don't make a ton of money, but their investment portfolio is ridiculous. We need to pay attention to these things. It's not a small thing. So something like that can impact India can have a ripple effect all around the world. All around the world. So pay attention to that. That's actually bigger news than what people think. Something else that I was thinking about. I sat back and I saw a couple of articles, and I saw this first, a couple of weeks ago, and I spoke about it then, but now it's official. There is a class action lawsuit against Pump.Fun. And I really am wondering, how far do you think you're going to get with that now? How far is that class action lawsuit going to get? Just wondering. This kind of a class action lawsuit is representing a bunch of people that didn't follow the GMB3. Hands down, they did not follow the GMB3. What's the GMB3? Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. What does that mean? That means that they hopped on Pump.Fun and decided, I'm going to go get in this meme game. Did you do your own research? Did you understand your entries and exits? And did you invest deliberately? Or did you get on Pump.Fun and, oh, that one. That's what this class action lawsuit sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like. It's a launch pad. It is a launch pad. And yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know that. Me, frankly, I look at it as a frivolous lawsuit. I really do. I really, really do think of it as a frivolous lawsuit. They're going to waste a lot of money on attorney's fees. And you want to know who actually wins in class actions? The attorneys. The attorneys make the most money in class actions. So if you're going to bring a class action lawsuit, have a really good case. And I don't know that they have a really good case. We'll see. We'll find out. But I don't think they have a really good case. You know, from the outside looking in, I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. And, you know, there are some famous coins that were most likely started on that launch pad or a launch pad like it. So, yeah, nah, I don't think that's going to go far at all. Especially if they're still on there buying and selling coins. It's like, nah. Because now you're saying you're an unqualified investor. Then what were you doing? What were you doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a frivolous lawsuit. I don't think they're going to get a lot out of it. I do not think they're going to get a lot out of it. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm not feeling that one. I'm not feeling that one at all. Then supposedly, the next step for the Bitwise dual ETF, Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's been fast-tracked by the SEC. It has been fast-tracked. And the weighting of this particular ETF is going to be 83% Bitcoin, 17% Ethereum. Now, if you watch the show, you know, a couple of nights ago, we were talking about, well, wouldn't it be cool if there were ETFs, traditional style ETFs for digital assets? We pick out these digital assets, these are reasons why, and here are the percentages, the weighting of those assets within the portfolio for that ETF. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay. Alrighty then. This one, is the beginning. But again, I take issue with, one or two digital assets within an ETF. Yeah, that's not enough for me to buy into your ETF. I'm going to go do it myself. If I want Ethereum, if I want Bitcoin, I can do that myself. I take $100, 83 goes to Bitcoin, and 17 goes over there. Wah. I would be, now Grayscale is going for an ETF based on miners, MNRS. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I'm sitting back and I'm just kind of like, that's going to be an interesting ETF. Now, you could put together your own ETF like that. And when we launch the site, we'll probably have a couple of indexes that you'd be able to follow and you'd be able to see how that operates. But I'm sitting back and I'm just kind of like, oh, that now we're starting to get interesting. Right? But to fast track, the reason why this story is a big deal is because they're fast tracking the ETF. There are other ETFs right there, right in line. So does that mean we can start to see more fast tracking of ETFs? Ooh, do you know what ETFs are on tap? You've got Grayscale trying to flip their XRP Trust to be an ETF. What happens if that gets fast tracked? You've got CoinShares who already filed for an XRP ETF What happens if that gets fast tracked? There's one for Doge. There's one for Trump. There's one for Melania. There's one for Sui. You have a lot of ETFs out there that are just waiting. You got one for Litecoin. Now, again, I'm one of those people that if it's a single asset ETF, I have zero interest. Zero. I mean, truth be told, I can go buy my own coin and I don't have to pay somebody to do it. And if I did, it would be one of my kids. Like, really? So I have no interest in those ETFs, but I do have interest in those ETFs from an educational perspective, from a participation perspective. There are going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say, ooh, I want to get in on that ETF. And then they're going to learn more about the ETF. They're going to learn more about crypto. They're going to wind up doing it, doing crypto on their own. The only one that's actually positioning themselves for that kind of future is BlackRock, because BlackRock is saying, well, if you get our ETF, we've now filed for in-kind swaps. You come back to us and you say you want your Bitcoin, we'll hand you your Bitcoin. So that's almost like being an exchange, right? Let that wash over you for a minute and think about how exchanges work. You go to an exchange, you say, hey, I want to buy some Bitcoin. And then it sits there on the exchange. And then you come around, you get your own wallet and you have a non-custodial wallet, or you just have another wallet on another exchange. You say, hey, I want my Bitcoin. And they go, sure, here you go. Where do you want us to put it? Oh, you want to send it over there? Great. Boom. There's your Bitcoin. Think about that. So you've got to contemplate, well, is BlackRock trying to become a mini exchange? Or are they saying, okay, for all those people that want to take their Bitcoin, well, we already collected your money, you can take your Bitcoin. They're willing to let go of Bitcoin? Interesting. Is that a hedge on Bitcoin? Interesting. There are a lot of things that you can give thought to about that. Now, I'm not going to speculate. I'm just giving you ideas about how, risk software works. Risk software is going to say, oh, well, what if they want to do this? What's that weight? What if they want to do this? What's that weight? It'll put numbers on everything and then give you a calculation. There are a lot of options there. And again, you still have the banks that are about to enter that market, and I think the banks are going to enter big. Brian Moynihan is like, yeah, well, I'm just saying. And let me tell you something. If you get a financial institution like a Morgan Stanley entering that space, oh man, that's going to be a glorious day, because they've got E-Trade. E-Trade's one of the most popular platforms out there. The next one, in my humble opinion, is Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is a crazy popular platform. If those two platforms that are owned by financial institutions get on the crypto bandwagon, oh, the tens of millions of people that are involved in those platforms, holy moly. And you want to know something that's mad cool about both of those platforms? They take care to educate their users. Yeah. So all of these companies that are introducing ETFs, when the banks get in the market, oh, sweetie, good try. I have a Thinkorswim account. Thinkorswim. I love Thinkorswim. It's so easy. It's got a lot of tools. And I already know how to use it. Now, how does that disrupt everything? Well, you have TradingView. Everybody uses TradingView. If you're in the crypto space, everybody uses TradingView. TradingView is a great product. Think of TradingView as a watered down version. To me, it's a watered down version of Thinkorswim. If Thinkorswim gets in this space, if E-Trade get in this space, we're looking at a whole new world. Remember when I told you that Larry Fink was talking about a $700,000 Bitcoin in the future? And before that, I told you somebody else was thinking about $500,000. If those two platforms get in, I can tell you right now, it would be really the math to get to that $500,000 or $700,000 mark. Even Kathy Wood's 1 million, but I think she's like 1.5 million by 2030. I can tell you now, it would be like crazy easy to do the math on that. The odds would then increase that it could happen. The reach of those platforms combined, Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, E-Trade, is immense to say the least. And you have to think about this. Anybody using those platforms, just about everybody using those platforms, is inclined to go learn, to educate, to self-educate. See where I'm going with this? You see the theme today? See the theme today? Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That's what those platforms represent. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Because I think we're a hair or a sneeze away from that happening. And that is going to be, I have to tell you, that's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be freaking awesome because you're not talking about, the investment from those institutions. You're talking about institutions that have crazy popular tools that can be easily enhanced and putting that in. It's already in the hands of a wide swath of people. Do you know the kind of fees that they would collect off of that? What? Kraken, Coinbase, Gemini, who I can't stand now, every single centralized exchange in the United States is going to have a wake-up call. Those platforms get online, in crypto, we're talking massive wake-up call. Massive. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. Because I want you to stop and think about something. What's going to be the number one thing in crypto in the very near future? Real world asset tokenization. Imagine having tools like that at your fingertips where real world assets can just fly. Do you see where I'm going? Yeah. And I'll bring you to my last point. Christine Lagarde of the EU. The European Central Bank President. I'm just going to read you what I wrote. Lagarde dismisses Bitcoin's inclusion in EU member state reserves, citing volatility and illicit finance concerns, though some nations like Italy and the Czech Republic now show increasing interest. I think that woman is out of touch. I think she should retire. To make a statement like that and then say, oh, but those two countries, they're looking at it, but no, sweetie, you're out of touch. You're grasping onto, no. Damn, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Remember when there was a global economic downturn and Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain all had massive problems? Greece was, it was bad that Greece was selling government buildings. I'm just saying. So Italy saying, I don't want that again. I don't want that. Czech Republic's like, yo, dog. Yeah, we're looking into this. And then you have something like the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund talking about, oh yeah, no, we've increased our we've increased our holdings. Excuse me? Huh? Yeah. Christine Lagarde, I think her days are numbered. The world has passed her by. I think she should have gracefully exited 1-2 years ago. Right now, she's looking a little long in the tooth. Her views are really not among, not in the right place. I'll say it like that. Just not in the right place. A few years ago, maybe. 2 years ago, oh, sweetie, you're not. Ooh, a year ago, oh, and now, no, you should retire. You should retire. Go out with some dignity. Because if you retire now, you'd be like, hey, she kept it together for all that time. It's time to pass the baton. Secure your legacy is what I'm saying. Secure your legacy. But to stand there and say that, oh, she doesn't, I don't think anybody is going to be doing, I don't think any country is within the ECB are going to be doing that. There are two right there. And I can guarantee you they're not the only ones. They're just the ones that are saying it publicly. Just saying, folks. Just saying. Sit back and watch. To me, she's an icon. But she's an icon that could lose her luster and destroy her legacy. I think now would be a good time to kind of go, yeah, that was good. I'm gonna exit stage left. That would be smart. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should go over the numbers. Let me get my notes out of the way. All right. So today, who do we have that's going to come out? Well, Chevron already came out with their numbers. Exxon's supposed to come out. AbbVie, Eaton Corporation, Charter Communications, Aon, Colgate. So you've got some really big names that are still coming out with numbers, and we should be paying attention because those numbers are going to help us figure things out as we move forward. You should really pay attention to earnings reports. U.S. economic data, we're expecting a whole bunch of economic data. Employment cost index, personal income, PCE index. Those are big inflationary numbers. So we're going to see how that plays out. So we'll see what happens. Could not. One of my guys is already up and working. Fear and greed index is at 76. I told you it would go up today. 76 from 70 yesterday. DeFi Llama, we're up to 132.175 billion in total value locked. Okay, moving in the right direction. I'll be happier when we get above 150 and we maintain that 150, because then it's just an earshot away to 200, which is where I really want to be. Bitcoin right now. Ooh, do you see the lines that I have? Oh, look at this. It's kind of playing out. Are we about to see an explosion? We could be looking at it. Let me move this over for everybody that's on Instagram. Looking at it on a phone. Loser. Stop looking at it on a phone. Go to YouTube. I know what we really have to do. We're going to have to start our own Roku channel. I know. And then you could watch it on television like an adult. I know. We're almost there. We have to launch the site first, launch the social media tools, launch the big baggers only feed, right? And we're testing all of it right now. It's a massive undertaking. You're talking about we're actually building our own dedicated social media platform with reaches out to other social media platforms. We're building out that whole ecosystem, of which Roku is a part of that future ecosystem. Luckily, we do have the code for all this stuff, but we have to configure it all and build it all, build out other things. So we're so close. We're so close. But look at this charting. Holy moly, look at that. What I tell you, this is the new resistance line right here. We could be looking at this. We could be looking at this swap right there. Wow. Wow. So I'm just saying, I think that we hit this point and we take off on this trajectory. We've got a steep incline right here. We'll have a slightly muted incline right here. And that could push us through and sustain us above that 110 mark. Wow. I'm just saying that to wake up and see that is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Then you come over to Coin360 and you want to see what's going on the big board. And you go, wow, what should I buy? I have some ideas. I have some ideas about what I could be buying today. But I look at this big board just to get a kind of literally a big picture view of what's going on. That's literally why I look at this board. I love this board. But then I start getting into the numbers. And you go, okay, this is where we want to be. This is what we're talking about. All right, great. Even Ethereum is, pulling positive for the year to date. XRP, I love me some XRP. Tether is, it's just a stable coin, but I love seeing it, right? Because this is what I'm paying attention to for Tether. I'm paying attention to that market cap. Then you've got Solana, which, I used to have a bag of Solana. Ha 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 ha. I still have a bag of Solana. It's just not big. It's just not big anymore. It used to be bigger. It's just not big anymore. BNB is another one that I love. BNB could be making BNB is ready to start making some moves. BNB really is ready to start making some moves. And I want you to. Everybody says that the biggest amount of development happens on Solana, but I want you to think about the quality of the development. That happens on Ethereum and BNB chain, straight up. You've got USDC, Circles making moves, Doge. Oh, yeah, I let that all go. I let Doge all go. Just bye Felicia. I was like, I'm good with that. It's a decision that I was happy to make. Cardano, oh yeah. Some of that Doge money that I made when I was in the black went right into Cardano. And I'm happier for it. Chainlink, I love Chainlink, Avalanche. You know what I should do? I shouldn't even do this right now. What I should do is I should actually sit back and one day just sit down and walk through each one of these. I know I've been saying it for a minute. It's just that we've been crazy busy. I should walk through each one and tell you what I think about them. That's something I should do. But I keep thinking maybe I should wait until we launch the website and put those reviews on the site. So, there's that. Then, of course, I use the GMB crypto tracker to figure out what am I looking at. So let's go take a look at the losers, right? And the biggest loser right now is AI16Z. They haven't changed their symbol, but their coin name is supposed to be Eliza OS. But it's down 11.207%. It's got an all-time high of $74. GMBX factor of 2.82. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they're all about. But if a company like Perplexity, which is what I was reporting yesterday, if a company like Perplexity decides to create their own coin and it's a utility coin and not just some kind of cheesy meme, that guy's not about that life. He is not about some cheesy meme life. So if Perplexity comes out with their oown coin, you best believe it's going to be a utility coin. You're going to be able to use that coin. Ooh, baby, watch out. Just saying. Farcoin down 10.10%. GMBX factor of 1.36. Yeah, I think it can come back. Who else am I paying attention to? Movement, because they had that conversation with, that guy. Down 8.32% with a GMBX factor of 0.89 possible. Anybody else I'm paying attention to? You've got, that's it. We hit my 5% mark. I'm paying attention to anything after 5%. Let's head over to the winners, though. Ooh, yeah. I like the winners. No, I don't pay attention to this coin. This coin is stupid. VThor, not really, but, I guess. 23.93% up. GMBX factor of 6.7. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just don't think so. Mantra is up 17.56% with a GMBX factor of 0.05. This is one of the coins that the big baggers called. And there it is. Just saying. We've got a big bagger index, and Mantra is on that index. Just saying. That was an awesome call. Lido is up 16.36%, GMBX factor of 2.20. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Arweave, I keep telling you guys, I pay attention to these D-pins plays, and Arweave is one of them, up 15.34%, a GMBX factor of 4.43. Yes, I think it'll make it. Yes, I think it'll make it. Let's see who else is on here that I should be paying attention to. Quant, I believe, is one of those ISO 222 coins that everybody likes to, whine and scream about. Up 7.68%, GMBX factor of 2.73, possible. Eigenlayer is up 7.65%, GMBX factor of 0.83. I think that'll make it. Ordi is up 6.72% with a GMBX factor of 3.78. I have no reason to follow Ordi, but I know a couple of my friends do. Same thing with Pendle, up 6.7% with a GMBX factor of 0.97. Yeah, it'll make it. Virtuals is up 6.13% with a GMBX factor of 1.26. I think Virtuals is on the move. Don't sleep on it. Celestia up 6.1% with a GMBX factor of 3.71. I don't know about that one. I haven't taken a deep dive into it, so I really don't know. Really don't know. The nod that Aptos got, because Circle's on there now, it's up 5.79% with a GMBX factor of 1.45. Yeah, I think it could do it, but I'm just not big on Aptos. I sold mine just a few days ago. Stellar is up 5.76% with a GMBX factor of 1.06. Do I think it'll make it? Duh. That's all I can say about that one. How not? And I love Stellar, just so you know. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes, tell your friends about us. Go to growmybag.tv/sign-up and become a big bagger. The next big bagger private video conference call between all of us is Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. That's going to be a load of fun. Because we're all just sharing tips, tricks, ideas, research that we're digging into. We share a whole bunch of stuff between us. Again, making that first investment. Think about the GMB3. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Everybody, thank you for your time, your patience, and most of all, your trust. Have a good one. Bye-bye.